More light required, it says. More light required. I've just got up. I don't think we want more light. That means people will be able to see me. We don't want that. How's it going, guys? Right, I'm absolutely shattered. I can't sleep these days. I think it's just from getting old and stress. Do you know what I mean? This coffee might change things a bit. How are you doing? You all right? Yeah. So this isn't going to be a very long video because I have not. That is like my first drink of the day. This is from the cafe at the Stella Hotel in Kenosha, Wisconsin. How cool is that? Yeah, I before I can do any work, I need to have a drink. But I was just thinking about, obviously Manchester City last night progressing, and I don't understand all the hype about Pep Guardiola. And I'm not a bitchy football supporter, like when it comes to rivalry and things like that. I don't understand how people can compare him to Sir Alex Ferguson, right? I even called him Sir Alex Ferguson. Back in the day, I called him, what did I used to call him? Rudolph, Slur Alex and all that, but I can recognise that Manchester United, whether we like them or not, are a huge club, a very successful club, and in some ways an authentic club. And I say authentic because I'm thinking about Manchester City, and the pending charges that they have against them. Manchester United, I've hated Manchester United all my life. I mean, some of you won't know this, but I once changed my name by deed poll to Mr. Manchester United in the very first year that Cop Talk started to raise money for a cancer hospice. People were like, what are you going to do to raise money? That this hospice had looked after my nana and other people in our town that I was close to, and my hometown. And they were like, why don't you go and sit in a tub of beans or shave all your hair off? And I was like, no, I want to do something that'll really hurt me. And it was covered at the time. Sky Sports News did it. We did a little thing and all that. And actually, as part of it, they said, we want you to wear a Manchester United shirt on the Kop. Completely empty stadium, but we want to put you in the middle and zoo. I was like, fuck, that ain't happening. Anyway, we'll have to let a few kids die because that's just not happening, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, I hate United, but I with managers, right, with Pep Guardiola, the money he's spent, I don't see how that. I just don't get it. Who's a better manager, Jurgen Klopp or Pep Guardiola? Now they're two good managers, right? But people will say, no, it's just bias. It's your Liverpool fan. I'm the least biased Liverpool fan you will ever meet in your life. But for me, it's about what a manager can do when he doesn't have all that, transfer budget. And I do not understand the hype around it all. I've seen so many things. I think some of you guys maybe said yesterday that Jim White had said we should be thankful or grateful to Manchester City or something. I don't know. Growing up, I remember saying to my uncle's a Leeds United fan, absolute mental Leeds United fan, but he was back in the day, right? He was into all the football hooliganism and all that. So he hated Manchester United. Absolutely loved Liverpool, Leeds United, and his friends that were Leeds fans. They had so much respect for Liverpool for a similar kind of thing that I'm saying now. You've got your rivalries, but you can acknowledge greatness or class. Do you know what I mean? And I remember saying to him, he, when I was a kid, he sort of drilled it into me that Manchester United, was scum. Basically, that's what he would call them. And Manchester City were on TV one day, very rare back then if you think about it, all them years ago. And they were on, and I said, oh, look, it's scum too. And he went, no. He went, we don't have a problem with Man City. Man City are all right. And when Man City came into, all the money and the ambition and everything, I was really chuffed for their fans, like I am for Newcastle fans now, genuinely. Because I think Manchester City and Newcastle fans, they've had a horrendous, I don't want to say horrendous history, because, I don't want to get into what is classed as horrendous and and go all serious and stuff. But Man City, I was happy for Man City, basically, that's it. But even today, you know, like their fans don't seem to appreciate the greatness that the club is achieving, you know, well, whether it's greatness or not, but the success that they're achieving. You know, you only got to look at attendances and things like that. And Pep, you know, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and, you know, he's probably got the right values politically that match with a lot of people. I'm thinking about, you know, issues in Spain. Not me, I'm independent. But I don't get it, you know, like, who... So going back to Klopp, and, you know, Klopp doesn't have his... But what would Klopp be like if he had his budget? What would some of the other managers be like if they had that budget? You know, and you look at what he's done at other clubs, and I'm really like not trying to downplay what he may have achieved, right? I'm not trying to do that. What I'm saying is I don't understand the hype. I don't get the hype. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. That's it. That was just my first thoughts. And like I said, I don't know. I've only just got up, but it was annoying me last night. I was seeing so many tweets on Twitter from people poking fun about, yeah, well, great, you know, rags to riches stories, literally. You know, talking about how much money he'd spent, the pending, you know, investigations and corruption. And I don't know about you, but if my football club was ever proven, and it hasn't been proven as far as I'm aware, anything to do with City yet, right? If my football club won anything, and it was, at the time, it was considered that we'd, you know, conducted ourselves unfairly or basically cheated in any way, shape or form, I would want and demand that whatever silverware we won was handed to the team that we beat in the final. That's what I'm like. I'm not like, oh, wait, that's just tough. Because I'm all about fair and square. I don't like cheating. I don't like manipulation of things, you know. And like I say, maybe they'll be cleared of that. Who knows? But a successful football club, to me, and a successful manager, is when they can operate on limited resources and achieve things. I would get more of a buzz, you know, talking about Brighton than I would Manchester City. Can anyone relate to that? I don't know. It depends how you are with your football. I hope Man City gets smashed in the European Cup final. I really do. Whether they will or not's another thing. But it was like when Chelsea, when they came into all that money years ago, it was like, I don't know. It's just like you're just buying your way to something. Now, some people would say, well, is that envy then? Well, of course there's some envy there because we have the opposite owners, don't we? Of course, you know, I'm going to say, yeah, of course I wish we had money, but I would never want us to be, to spend reckless, ever. You know, like people talk about, you know, the top Reds are saying, well, you guys, you want the Middle East because you want us to spend £100 million, you know, on every player. You know, like Jurgen was even rattling on about recently. Completely and utterly wrong. That's not why I would want Middle East ownership. I would want Middle East ownership because they are mental, basically. They are passionate, they love their football, and that's the most important thing to me. They want to beat everyone. Do you know what I mean? And I don't just mean to death. You know what I'm saying? They want to beat everyone. They want to beat their family, they want to beat their friends, their neighbouring countries at football and stuff like that, you know? So, for me, I'm just having a little moan. Pep, meh, I'm really interested. I saw a tweet that a friend of mine, I've never met the lad, he's on social media, on Twitter, and he is the enemy, right? He is a Manchester United supporter, and we're really good friends online, yeah? And his account is Man United Talk on Twitter. And when a Man United Liverpool play each other, we actually don't speak to each other for 24 hours. We have like a kind of unwritten rule, you know, like we're not going to wind each other up or anything. And he's touching on him last night. He said, and obviously, you know, people are going to say, get out there, oh, Man United fan, you know, he's going to be like this, that and the other. Well, you see if you agree. Talking about Pep, he said he had the best squad in history at Barcelona, then went to Bayern and made them worse. The worst squad he ever had was his first squad at City, and they got top four on the last day. It's not rocket science to win when you're in a Ferrari while others are racing in a Corsa. There's that Ferrari that Jurgen was talking about. I mean, even if you want to say he's a great manager, and even though I can't stand Sir Alex Ferguson, but I miss him. I've got to be honest, I miss him from the game because I miss the rivalry and seeing his face, you know what I mean, when it goes pear-shaped. I saw this quote on here. Someone put, City looks special, really special, testament to what can be achieved with £2 billion, a manager with an offshore account, a suspended 2-year ban from European competition, and 115 charges of financial irregularity. The day like my club ever operates in a way like being reckless with money, any even hint of cheating or anything, is a day I would go mental. So if you're a Man City fan watching this, I know you're going to say you're just bitter. I am not bitter. I do not want your club to win the European League for the simple, and I would have done years ago, for the simple reason that I want to protect Liverpool's status as an elite club and the trophy. We don't want you winning a European League Cup and then being able to add to it. Of course we don't. It's nothing to do with that. I just think, calm the fuck down. Do you know what I mean? I've got more respect for other clubs and other managers. See, I feel bad saying more respect for other clubs, because I remember the Man City of old, and I really, if someone had said to me years ago, would you like to see this happen to Man City? I would have said, yes, absolutely. Their fans have been through shite. So I feel bad saying I've got no respect for that club. But the modern day version of it, no, I haven't really, to be honest. There's other clubs like Brighton that I would much rather see succeed. And yeah, I guess I wish we did have your resources, but calm the fuck down. I'd be embarrassed, to be honest with you. All right, guys, I really need to go and get this drink and wake up, and I'll be back with you at some point.